And you're opening yourself up to lawsuits, and I just know there's some in the process and some in the works, and I don't know when they're going to come or if they're going to come, but a lot of people and organizations are already thinking about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor, I wonder about all those lawsuits that are going to be filed for the pet rocks that people bought. Mr. Kenchard.
Just briefly, since I was implicated, I'll just reference for the general public to really look at 115A 94, which specifically authorizes by state law that cities may organize trash collection. And I believe that that's perhaps the next step that the city may take, but we're not there yet. So any challenges to the constitutionality should start where the law starts.
I was going to do it.
Thanks, Mayor.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. I'm Dr. Constance Butel. I live at 1501 Shannon Court in Benicia, California.
Really? Did you just fly in for this?
I absolutely would. It's a small city of 28,000 people in the Bay Area of Northern California. But I grew up at 1057 Mary Street North here in Maplewood, and I'm here now for the past 5 months helping my sister through an illness. I'm a university professor, and I'm a chair of the Benicia City Council Community Sustainability Commission. I have 3 things that I'd like to address to Council tonight. The first is a thank you to Officer Fong and the Maplewood City Police Department who helped me as a California resident verify a new vehicle. I unfortunately was rear-ended in Minneapolis. My car was totaled and I had to buy a new car trying to keep Minnesota green, which I did, and bought a nice Prius. But I had to jump through the hoops of fire in California to get it verified, and the ensuing problems and challenges, which required a peace officer to verify my VIN number. And I know I took somebody off of the line of duty to get that done, and I appreciate that. Secondly, my commendation to city staff and the council for the work that they did in putting in the new walkway along Stillwater Avenue. That has recently completed before the snow has fallen, and it has improved safety, and I see lots of people cycling and walking there, so it has really enhanced the neighborhood. So I want to make sure that that's noted. But most importantly, as an individual deeply committed to community sustainability in my hometown of Benicia, I'd like to urge you in Maplewood, Minnesota, to join us and cities across the United States in an urgent commitment to lowering greenhouse gas emissions, reducing energy requirements, and building sustainable communities. This is an urgent local and global crisis in which we must all work together. In Benicia, we worked with the University of California at San Luis Obispo in bringing students and professors to do a survey and a baseline for greenhouse gas emissions. And then they worked with the community to gather information, held public hearings, and came up with an extensive 120 strategy climate action plan. It focuses on public education outreach, energy production, transportation and land use, buildings, industrial, commercial, water and wastewater, solid waste, and parks and open space. I urge Maplewood City, especially the council, to join ICLE. It's an odd acronym, ICLE. It's an international association of local governments as well as national and regional local government organizations who have made a commitment to a sustainable development. Over 2,000 cities in the United States belong. They provide the protocols and metrics to establish greenhouse gas emission baselines and reduction goals and set strategies to meet your targets. And in essence, produce a climate action plan. The compelling reasons to do this, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, is that 350 parts per million is what many scientists and climate experts and progressive national governments are now saying is a safe upper limit for CO2, carbon dioxide, in our atmosphere. We're now approximately at 388 per million, and this number is rising by about 2 parts per million every year. That's a compelling reason. As a community person, as a former business person and in a Fortune 50 company, the compelling self-enlightened reasons